Treaders and Tom Wren join us live. Tommy, that hasn't stopped Brenton Sanderson making a few changes.
Yeah, exactly right, Kim. They've made 3 at the moment. McKernan, Henderson and Crouch are the ones in. Martin, Brown and Lyons out, Treaders, but they might not be the only changes.
No, good ins, but we also know, as Kim mentioned, Thompson is in doubt. Also, McKay's in doubt. Sanderson's going to give him up to the last minute, so it could be 90 minutes before the game that we know whether they're going to recover. And they've both had severe corkies, so they are horror to get right. Sometimes you get a mild one, but if you get a major one, then it's going to take all week to recover. So fingers crossed for Adelaide they get up.
Treaders, one player who will be there is Richard Douglas. He's number 2 in the AFL player ratings, only to Gary Ablett. Our intrepid reporter Pete McDonald found out why.
Douglas puts Generation Next through their paces at Colonel Light Gardens, but it's on field that Adelaide's 2010 club champion's been conducting a clinic.
2010 was a good year for me, but this year's probably been more consistent and probably had more impact on games.
The stats certainly back that up. Dougie's hit career highs in disposals, marks, clearances, tackles and goals. He leads the league in score assists and is second in inside 50s.
I felt I've always ran pretty hard defensively, but I've probably worked even harder offensively and got that balance right now. It's definitely, you've got to be fit enough to be able to do it, but it's also a concentration thing.
The 26-year-old's form comes as no surprise at Westlakes.
Internally he's rated really highly, and the jobs he's been doing for us this year has been fantastic.
He's going to be in a fair few people's All-Australian calculations. Yeah, he's been a ripper.
Now the broader footy world is taking notice of the once forgotten man of Adelaide's midfield.
I tell you what, he's a genuine two-way running midfielder. He is an outstanding professional footballer. He's almost a week-in, week-out supplier. He runs both ways.
And though a native Victorian, Douglas is committed to the Crows' cause until at least the end of 2015.
Hopefully the next few years we can win that premiership I think we deserve.
Now, Rennie, that's a bad thing for Crows. Great on field, but you know taggers are going to come now. You don't want that.
Well, exactly. The spotlight's well and truly on him. Let's go to Sydney now, Treaders. 2 changes for them. A huge omission as well with some shin soreness, Lewis Jetta.
Yeah, well, that's surprising because he was the one that ripped Adelaide apart in that first final. Both he and Goods got out the back when they went small. That's a big one for Adelaide, but we also know Thompson and McKay, so this one really is a 50-50 game.
One player who won't be there, he played for both clubs, 222 games. Marty Mattner's retired today. His hips just couldn't stand up to it anymore.
The pain has been sort of nearly every day, and so in terms of that, that's probably been the hardest thing. You know, even the basic things of putting shoes and socks on in the morning is quite challenging.
OK, Treaders, given all of that, who do you like for this game? Only 6 this week.
Yeah, only 6. A couple of surprise ones. Richmond, they ruined me on Monday night, but I've gone the Swannies. I think they're better at contested footy than Adelaide. Last year, Adelaide were better than the Swannies, but I think that's where, if Adelaide can match them in midfield, they'll give them a chance, but the Swannies too strong for me here in Adelaide.
Let's hope you're wrong. They really need this week, one this week, Kim.